Welcome to this custom deep dive. Today's mission is exploring the Xencelabs XMCTSMFRESN Pen Tablet, specifically the medium black edition. We're looking at product specs and store policies from HDTV Supply to see if this $249.99 device is the ultimate digital bridge for your creative workflow.
Yeah, that's the big question we're trying to answer.
Exactly. So, okay, let's unpack this, because the whole pitch here is that it's a digital canvas that aims to feel, well, just as natural as paper.
Right, and to actually make it feel natural, you really need the right tools. Out of the box, you're getting a 10.33 by 5.8-inch active drawing area, but
It's a pretty decent size, right?
it is, yeah. But more importantly, you get 2 different EMR pens included.
I love that. It's like having, a chunky sketching marker and then a really precise mechanical pencil just sitting right at your desk.
Yeah, you get the 3-button thick barrel pen and the 2-button thin barrel one.
Right. And the craziest part to me is that neither of them has a battery. Like, they literally never need charging.
Because they use EMR, or electromagnetic resonance.
Which sounds a bit like magic, honestly.
It kind of is. The tablet projects a faint magnetic field, and then a tiny coil inside the pen harvests that energy to power itself.
Oh, wow, okay.
But what's fascinating here is the reason behind those specific canvas dimensions you mentioned. That active area is a perfect 16:9 aspect ratio.
Right, so it mathematically matches most standard monitors.
Exactly. Meaning the movements your hand makes on the tablet translate flawlessly to your screen.
There's no weird, invisible stretching or distortion happening to make your artwork fit.
Right, your brain just expects a one-to-one translation, and this delivers it perfectly.
Okay, so the mapping is perfect, and the pens power themselves. But let me push back on the specs for a second. We have a perfectly mapped canvas, but how does it handle the nuance of the human touch?
Well, it handles it really well.
Because they claim 1,892 levels of pressure sensitivity and a 60-degree tilt. Is that just, marketing fluff? Like, does a number that high actually change how you draw?
I mean, it sounds absurdly high, but no, it's not fluff. It's really about the physical mechanics of drawing. With 892 levels, the sensor is actually measuring the physical flex of the pen nib down to the micromillimeter.
Wait, really? Just from pressing down?
Yeah, it translates an almost imperceptible change in your muscle tension into visibly thicker or lighter lines on the screen.
That is wild.
And if you add in the tilt recognition, the software actually knows if you're doing a feather-light stroke with the tip or like a heavy smear with the side of the pen.
Just like you would with real graphite.
Exactly. Plus, both pens have built-in digital erasers, so you just instinctively flip them over to fix a mistake.
Here's where it gets really interesting for me, though. The physical comfort.
Oh, absolutely.
Because capturing all that tension means you're probably holding this thing for hours, right?
Mhm.
And the tablet has this gently curved palm rest, adjustable LED lights around the drawing area.
Which is super helpful for defining your workspace if you're in a dark room.
Right. And it even bundles a drawing glove and felt replacement nibs.
Yeah, those felt nibs are totally essential for recreating the physical drag and friction you get from actual paper.
And since you get up to 16 hours of wireless battery life from just a 2.5-hour charge, you can easily just work from the couch.
Yeah, it's totally designed for marathon sessions.
Which means you aren't tethered to the wall. You're likely moving between, say, a desktop PC in the office and a MacBook in the living room.
Right, and it works seamlessly across Windows, Mac, and Linux environments. You just plug it in via USB or use the included wireless dongle.
So what does this all mean for you as a buyer? Look, it's a $250 investment. How are you actually protected if this doesn't fit your workflow?
Well, you're backed by a 2-year Xencelabs warranty right out of the gate. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, you really need to read the fine print on HDTV Supply's refund policy.
Right, the 30-day policy.
Yes, 30 days or 14 days if you're listening in Europe. The key caveat is that if you receive a defective unit in those first 30 days, Xencelabs covers the return shipping.
They just email you a label or something.
Exactly. But if you just decide you don't like it...
Like if the EMR pens just aren't your vibe.
Right, if it's just buyer's remorse, you have to pay for the return shipping yourself.
Ah, okay. That is a really crucial distinction for your wallet. Defective means they pay. Buyer's remorse means you pay.
Exactly. It's an important detail.
To sum this all up, you're looking at a highly precise, versatile tool designed for ergonomic comfort. And it has immediate workflow integration, especially once you map your favorite shortcuts to the 3 programmable buttons at the top of the tablet.
Yeah, it's a remarkable piece of engineering that genuinely just tries to get out of its own way so you can create.
Which leaves you with this to think about. As digital tools like these battery-free EMR pens become virtually indistinguishable in feel from an analog pencil, how might that completely blur the lines of what we define as traditional art in the future?
It's a really great question.
Right. If the digital canvas feels exactly like paper, maybe the distinction just won't matter anymore.